The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. I'm Mary Stilla Kelleton. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, Prime Minister testifies to memos sent to stop payments to Paraka, NSL announces record profit for 2024, and Fiji-Australia eyes sports stock rugby sevens. They have been neglected for decades, despite the Wow gold rush in the 1920s and the Garina tea plantation in the 1960s. On Tuesday, March 25th, Bapi village in Wow Warriors Garina Valley will host a historic and ambitious Melbourne Northern Highway project groundbreaking. This missing road link will connect the people of Warrior, Ono and Goilala to Wow, Ley and the Highlands Highway. It was described as a dream that the late William Sam, former Goilala MP, and Sam Basil Jr., former Bulolo MP, once had, to connect their people to the main highways and facilitate the movement of fresh produce from the fertile soils of Goilala and Garina to hoteliers and shops in the city. While Warriors MP Marsh Narawek is taking the lead to connect the provinces of Morbe and Northern, he described the initiative as transformative. More than 200 female members of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary observed National Women's Day with a parade that began at 7:30 this morning. The parade was hosted at the Independence Boulevard in the nation's capital.
Female officers of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary gathered at the Independence Boulevard in the city early this morning to observe National Women's Day with a parade. A minute's silence was observed in remembrance of women that each one knew who have passed on. Following that, 200 balloons were released to mark the occasion. The Minister for Police, Peter Shamalili Jr., and his wife joined the female members of the force in this occasion. In tow was the NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika, NCD and Central Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Turi, and other executive members of the force. The group then walked the length of the boulevard to the Parliament House and onward to the Gateway Hotel at 7 Mile, where the parade was concluded. Training Director Maria Jones said the hosting of this ceremony signifies 48 years of women's contribution to the force from 1977 to 2025, from breaking barriers in a once male-dominated profession to serving in various leadership and operational roles.
Three is one of determination and progress, breaking barriers, earning respect, and proving that policing is defined not by gender, but by commitment, integrity, and service to our nation.
The Commander of NCD and Central Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Turi said the ceremony honors achievements of female officers and their continued determination to strive for excellence in a male-dominated profession. He said from breaking barriers to inspiring change, every woman is a powerhouse of resilience and grace.
Recognize and pay tribute to all your remarkable achievements and contributions, firstly in your own families, communities, your career, and as law enforcement officers of RPNGC. Your presence participation in this gathering cements commitment to justice, public safety, Today, we live unprecedented volatile times for those of you who have chosen to serve as policewomen.
Minister Shamalili further thanked the RPNGC for hosting this event, which signifies that there are women in the force who have become a foundation for the men in the force.
I'm really honored that I'm given the opportunity to be with all of you as a minister at this time, serving all of you, and for you to have this day, particularly given its own prominence within the organization. I want to really acknowledge the Commissioner and the executives, but more so to all of you.
Shamalili reminded the female members that the uniform they are wearing is a reflection of PNG's constitution. Therefore, they must abide by the laws when on duty or off duty.
There are many challenges that we are facing as a country. Please, we, police force, we are the anchor of what inspired this country to get independence.
Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Kamataro Primary School, located in the remote Danwaya community of Gena Waugla, Ward 4, has finally received long-awaited government support after more than 30 years of neglect. 2 new classrooms funded by the Kerawagi District Development Authority at a cost of 50,000 kina were officially opened late February this year. The school, established in 1990, had been overlooked by successive governments, leaving its infrastructure in poor condition. Students from the surrounding clans of Tawaku, Giuna, and Wimba were forced to learn in deteriorating classrooms. The school's remote location, accessible only by foot, made it difficult for both students and teachers to reach. Kerawagi MP Francis Siune initiated the new classroom project in late 2023. Funding shortages and transportation challenges delayed completion, but local contractors persevered to ensure the building was complete for use this year. Prime Minister James Marape, in his testimony against Jacob Yafai in the Paraka case, revealed that the former Deputy Secretary for the Department of Finance had defied instructions issued to him and other senior finance officials to release funds to the law firm, as there was an instruction on foot to stop the payments.
They turned up for court today to testify against former Deputy Finance Secretary Jacob Yafai, who is being tried for his alleged involvement in the payout of 41 million to Paul Paraka lawyers. According to Marape, on October 31st, 2012, an instruction through a memo was issued to Yafai and former Finance Secretary Stephen Gibson to stop outstanding payments to Paul Paraka lawyers. Marape, then Minister for Finance, was the author of this memo. However, when informed that the first payment of 14 million kina was paid on November 1st, 2021, Marape testified that he held a meeting with Yafai and Gibson so they could explain why his instructions were superseded. Marape stated in court that at the time he had written 2 instructions putting a stop to payments to the law firm. Marape said he was instructed by former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill to stop these payments. Lawyer representing Yafai said there is evidence before court that the payment made to Paraka lawyers were taken out of a trust account and paid to the law firm by the finance department. In response, Marape said whether the payments were made from the trust account or another account, the fact of the matter was that instructions were on foot to stop any payment to the law firm. After testifying, Marape apologized to the court for his absence on Wednesday, March 12th, when he did not come before the court to give his testimony in the case. Presiding Judge and Chief Justice Segib Salika accepted his apology and adjourned the trial to a later date. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
You can join the conversation on the Paul Paraka case on the TV1 website, Facebook page and YouTube. This is TV1 News. When we come back, Nambawan Super Limited announces a record 1.1 billion kina profit for 2024.
Banking used to mean long trips, endless queues, and piles of paperwork. But now, BSP's one-talk wallet means no waits, no forms, no fuss. No BSP account needed. Just dial *131# to access your money wherever, whenever. Send, receive funds, withdraw cash at an ATM without a bank card, pay for school fees, and make top-up purchases safely and securely. BSP's one-talk wallet. Money made easy.
Hiya, Mama.
You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace Pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
It's back to school with Lay Biscuits. We're giving away a massive 100,000 kina cash gift voucher to help you kickstart the year. We've got prizes up for grabs from 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000 and a whopping 5,000 kina cash gift voucher. Here's how to enter. Spend 10 kina or more on any Lay Biscuit product. Write the contact details on the back of the receipt for your chance to win. Promotion starts on the 10th of February and ends on the 4th of April. Fresh draw on the 11th of April and the major draw on the 16th of April. See selected stores nationwide. Terms and conditions apply.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing. Bum bum.
Coming soon to TV1 on the first week of April, the Hiri Moale Festival 2025. From floats to parades, cultural performance, welcoming of the Hiri Lagatoi, and our final crowning. Catch the stories of our Hiri Hanenamo 2025 only on TV1.
Follows the approval of the audited financial statements by the Board of Trustees last week Friday. Reporting a 3.3% growth in membership to 235,888 members with a net asset value of 11.2 billion kina and a record net profit after tax of 1.1 billion kina. The board of Nambawan Super Limited declared an interest rate of 10.5% for 2024 for its members compared to 7% in 2023. Nambawan Super Limited's incoming board chairman, Richard Sinamoy, said members will be pleased to know that their accounts have already been credited over the weekend with the interest applied to their balances as at 31st December 2024.
The board, management and staff put the interest of our members first and foremost and continue to work tirelessly to protect and grow our members' retirement savings in delivering the following strong results in 2024. The past 3 years, Nambawan Super has injected a total of 2.5 billion into the Papua New Guinea's economy. in benefit payments to exited members. Nambawan Super members can rest assured that when the time comes for them to collect their superannuation savings, not only will it be readily available to them, it will also have grown substantially.
Sinamoy says this strong performance has been delivered amidst unprecedented challenges faced by the fund in 2024, from the Black Wednesday riots that shook the country on January 10, through to the enormous work undertaken to secure vacant possession of NSL's 9-mile land portions after more than 30 years.
Among the increasing law and order issues, coupled with increasingly unreliable utilities, the fund also faced the ongoing challenges of securing adequate foreign currency. Locally, investment opportunities continue to lag, while international markets appreciate it, while still remaining very volatile. Throughout all this, Nambawan Super approached these challenges by focusing on its core purpose, our members.
In addition, NSL also delivered the following positive outcomes for its members in 2024, such as state share benefit payments of 55 million kina paid out to 1,112 members, and housing advance of 115 million kina paid out to support 5,029 members either purchase, build, or improve their homes. NSL's Chief Executive Officer Paul Seya also added that in 2024, NSL saw an increase in the number of members across its voluntary contributions, Choice Super, and retirement savings account products.
I'd like to remind our members that superannuation is a long-term investment. When members join a super fund, they typically stay and contribute for a long period of time, usually their entire working life. So their savings can remain invested over 10, 20, 30 or 40 years. And whilst we cannot control the economy, nor the local or international markets because it's very volatile, fluctuating up and down, what we can control is how we respond to and protect our members' savings in the bad times when it drops, and trying to maximise returns during the good times when it spikes up. At Nambawan Super, we invest for the long term while riding the waves as they go up and down.
Seya further stated that while NSL remains cautiously optimistic, regardless of the challenges and the economic environment in 2025, members who are considering retirement can rest assured that their funds remain safe and protected by Nambawan Super. Meantime, CEO Seya and Chairman Sinamoy highlighted the important plans to maintain the strong financial results of 2024 into the future.
So what's 2025 going to be like? It'd be really good to see how it goes. The first part of this year, what we saw is that the stock markets overseas were rising. There was a change in the leadership in the US economy. There's a new president who's then caused a bit of mayhem, and you've seen it start to drop and things going up and down. That's what I call volatility. But we're not thinking of 1 month. Our members we're thinking of for 40 years. In 20 years' time, you're probably going to forget about who Donald Trump is. Can you remember who was the president 20 years ago? And what they did and what the decisions were. So we're investing for long term. We're looking for opportunities. We're going through our portfolio. How can we improve parts of that business? And think about how do we have the money available when members are ready to retire.
Opportunities to invest become less and less for us because they're basically too small for us to participate. So we have to start looking internationally. And, you know, the growth of this economy with LNG and other projects coming online will present opportunities for funds this size, like Nambawan Super, to be able to participate. So we're also limited to how quickly the government can continue to grow. So there's opportunities there. There's work we need to do on other areas, as our CEO has mentioned, that we can improve, what we would call low-hanging fruit that we can collect and turn around. But there's a lot of opportunity for growth within the fund.
A company in Lae, Morbe Province is taking the lead in raising awareness on tuberculosis, as well as offering counseling and support to its staff. On Friday, March 21st, an open day was hosted at the Chemcare Group head office to commemorate World Tuberculosis Day. A healthy workforce means increased productivity, less healthcare costs, and absenteeism and enhanced job satisfaction. The Kemke Group demonstrated that its employees' welfare is the core of the business by hosting an open day at its head office. The company conducted an early commemoration of World Tuberculosis Day on Friday, March 21st, as World TB Day is annually observed on March 24th. Staff from the Kemke Group's different branches around the city were transported to the head office to watch information videos on TB, tour the display by the HR team, and be briefed on the company's workplace policy on TB. Group HR Manager Rita Maisen-Makin said their TB program was initiated in March 2021 and is hosted annually, with the company having its own TB warden. The Director and General Manager of Kemke Pharmacies, Angus Kane, alluded to the need to hold conversations around serious subjects like TB, saying their comprehensive TB program is about self-awareness and is non-discriminatory. The full-day program saw staff from different Kemke branches like Anderson's Eriku, Rebtred, Morbe Bakery, Anderson's Express, and Print Fast take turns in visiting the head office. And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2467 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2392 $0.3787 Australian dollars, €0.2135 euro, and 35.45 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, copra and copper closed higher. The rest closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed lower. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Banking used to mean long trips, endless queues, and piles of paperwork. But now, BSP's one-talk wallet means no waits, no forms, no fuss. No BSP account needed. Just dial *131# to access your money wherever, whenever. Send, receive funds, withdraw cash at an ATM without a bank card, pay for school fees, and make top-up purchases safely and securely. BSP's one-talk wallet. Money made easy.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG é minha! Pine PNG made.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Hi, with the help of Palmolive Naturals shampoo and conditioner, with these 3 quick and easy tips, I'm going to show you that more natural, beautiful hair is achievable. Step 1, massage your scalp during washing with shampoo. Step 2, apply conditioner to the tips of your hair. Step 3, gently towel dry your hair. There you have it. For natural, beautiful hair, use Palmolive Naturals shampoo and conditioner. Have a great hair day.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
While we're young, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you. This is
Thanks for staying with us. In news abroad, a corner of Darwin's East Point has been transformed into an explosion of color for the Hindu Holi festival. It's the second Holi celebration held in the city this month for members of the large South Asian community.
The Territorian take on a now global tradition. Warmly welcoming newcomers to Darwin.
Different communities of people together. As you can see, all communities are here from India, from Australia, from Nepal and other.
And a chance to connect with culture, signifying harmony and new beginnings.
Love Holi. It's one of my most favorite festivals in India and here.
Some early wet season rain subdued the scale of the celebrations, but none of the spirit. It was just one of many occasions in the calendar for the top-end subcontinental population this year, and the second Holi festival held so far this month.
And do Indians throw the best parties in the world?
Definitely. We love the colours and the food.
As you can probably see behind me, it really doesn't take much to go from this to this. But that's what Holi is all about, a celebration of colour and fun.
Traditionally celebrated in the subcontinent, the Hindu festival has now spread worldwide.
This festival is a joyful festival. We're sharing our food, colour and everything.
More than half of Australians have a parent born overseas, and even more in Darwin, with census data suggesting South Asians make up one of its largest immigrant populations. A fact not lost on politicians who showed up from both major parties ahead of the federal election.
If we have somebody over there making policies in Canberra to look at the Indian subcontinent and the migrants, their contributions to the economy, their contributions to the culture, and their contributions to Darwin, what it makes as the best multicultural city in Australia.
A call to continue building proud cultural ties in a territory community that's strong as ever.
From opposite sides of the world, the Pertemi people of Central Australia and the Yuchi tribe of Oklahoma have built a strong connection through a shared fight to save their first languages. A Yuchi delegation has been in Alice Springs meeting with their Pertemi brothers and sisters to share strategies for Indigenous language revival.
For the first time in 100 years, Yuchi is being spoken as a first language by a child.
We dropped to one, and then from her we've been able to create at least 40 to 60 speakers now.
When it was taken from us, they started with the children by taking the children and taking the language from the children. So we're kind of reversing that damage by starting with our children.
Once declared extinct by anthropologists, Yuchi is being revived, not just preserved, but spoken as a living language. It's a revival that brings hope to the Padam people, who now have less than 30 language speakers.
I think that really inspired me. It's like, if they can do it, then so can we.
The two groups have come together in Alice Springs to exchange language-saving strategies, while many of their people struggle on society's fringes.
Without our languages, our youth began to become lost. We have real issues with substance abuse and suicide rates.
Nobody's going to come and save us. We have to learn how to save ourselves. We have to learn to do for ourselves. And it was just a part of that commitment and that want to be who Creator made me.
It's a battle the Predom community can relate to.
We're trying to reverse the damage of assimilation, government policies, and language loss when we lose elder ones by growing up younger ones now to become first or second language speakers of Predom.
Two cultures on opposite poles with a common goal.
3 European nations are seeking a refund from the Trump administration for funds they contributed to USAID projects that have remained unspent. Government officials from Sweden, Norway and the Netherlands said a combined $15 million they contributed for joint development work overseas had been parked at the U.S. Agency for International Development for months. The three countries, allies of the United States, provided the funds for USAID to spend on low-income countries in a project called Water and Energy for Food. After weeks away, Melbourne's pro-Palestine protest returned to the CBD with thousands taking to the streets. Rallygoers have vowed to continue protesting until a permanent ceasefire is reached.
Protesters back on Melbourne streets and in large numbers after hopes for an extended ceasefire were shattered.
We're here out of anger at the same time and sadness, so all these feelings, you know, so I think that's why there's a lot of turnouts.
It's good to be back with such a lot of people. It shows that people are really seeing and understanding the horrors of what's going on in Palestine.
Thousands gathering at the State Library before marching through the CBD, protesting against Israel's resumption of airstrikes across Gaza.
It's a strong message to government that we don't want to be supporting that from here in Australia and here in Victoria.
It's the first protest since Melbourne's weekly pro-Palestinian rallies became monthly, following 70 straight weeks of demonstrations.
It's past time for our country to listen to these protesters and say no more. We're going to need to cease military ties with Israel. We need to cease two-way trade.
And it wasn't the only rally today. Earlier, dozens of Victorian teachers protested outside the Department of Education.
Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Accusing the Victorian government of attempting to silence support for Palestine in schools.
Teachers have been intimidated in really serious ways. Some teachers were stood down for months at a time.
Well, it's clear that pro-Palestinian protesters have returned to Melbourne CBD more energised than ever. And with no permanent ceasefire in sight, it's looking like these protests won't be ending anytime soon. Until something changes, until the conflict ends, then I think, yes, everybody here will continue fighting.
A small group of Israel supporters were moved on by police just before the pro-Palestinian protest started.
In the New South Wales north, the long tail of ex-tropical Cyclone Alfred is being felt as tens of thousands of fish and other marine life are left gasping for air as floodwater makes its way to the coast. Dead fish are turning up in the thousands from the Macleay River to the Richmond River and further north to the border. Meanwhile, residents are left to gather the dead fish, which is proving to be a very smelly and unpleasant task. ABC reports.
West Ballina residents amid the stench of rotting fish carcasses.
This whole shore here was full of fish. You couldn't even walk on the sand.
Picking up the remains after ex-tropical Cyclone Alfred.
The sadness of seeing all of these species, fish I've never seen before, disappear, and they probably will disappear for a very long time.
Third-generation professional fisher Claire Joblin says it's heartbreaking and is concerned for her industry.
I've seen a lot of dead fish, definitely in the Circular Quay in Ballina's pretty full on. A lot of female, larger breeders, few crabs, lots of mullet, as you can see a few struggling on the surface here.
She says the local fishing industry has been left in limbo.
It'd be good if fisheries came and assessed it to see if we could be able to fish and see if compensation was necessary.
The Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development says the impacts of ex-tropical Cyclone Alfred continues to be felt as poor water quality discharges from North Coast floodplains. It blames the fish deaths on hypoxic water. This is what happens after a flood when rotting vegetation depletes the dissolved oxygen levels, falling to such a low level that marine life can't breathe. Essentially, they are suffocating in this water.
It's 3 years on from the region's last flood disaster and major fish kill.
We can honestly say that it's a massive blackwater event, a big fish kill. And I'm hearing from community that it is bigger than the floods of 2022.
While the cleanup gets underway, authorities warn more fish could die in the coming days and weeks.
And back home, as women across Papua New Guinea come together on the 24th of March to celebrate the beauty of being a better gender worthy of being recognized, in Port Moresby, a beautiful story of passion, family and craftsmanship is featured in Cynthia Mai. 39 hails from Angaram East Sepik Province. At the crafts market in Baroko, Cynthia has a space alongside her sisters where she sells her own handmade artifacts as well as those bought from home. Graduating with a diploma in financial accounting from Port Moresby Business College in 2010, in 2015, after 6 years of a successful formal employment career, Cynthia decided to take a leap of faith and follow her passion and dream. Growing up, the values of family, culture, and creativity were instilled in her by her parents, who were deeply involved in art design, crafts, and selling of traditional artifacts. From an early age, Cynthia was surrounded by all of this cultural beauty, and it is here that her inspiration and motivation sprouted. The transition from corporate work to becoming an entrepreneur in the world of design and crafts wasn't easy, but it was undeniably fulfilling. Cynthia Mai, with her sisters by her side, began creating beautiful, intricate pieces that reflect their heritage, pieces that told stories of their ancestors and their land. They share this with everyone who visits their stall at the craft market. Nakanai MP and Minister for Palm Oil, Francis Maneke, has called for collaboration with communities to develop the newly established district after he presented a Lucas sawmill and building materials to YCC village in the Hoskins local level government area.
Community engagement in local governance and development initiatives is important in the delivery of government services. Member for Nakanai and Minister for Oil Palm, Francis Maneke, said that fostering partnerships between the government and local communities will create a more inclusive approach to resource management and economic growth, particularly in the oil palm sector. Maneke further stated that such collaboration can lead to better outcomes by incorporating the insights and needs of local populations into development plans. It also encourages community ownerships of initiatives, which can enhance sustainability and reduce conflicts over resources. YC community leader John Batari said the minister's assistance greatly helps in changing the living standards of the people. Maneke's initiative reflects a growing recognition that sustainable development relies on the active participation and collaboration of those most affected by the policies implemented. This approach can lead to more resilient communities and a thriving economy that benefits all stakeholders. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
The member for Nakanai has called in the Indigenous people of West New Britain to take ownership and address the high rate of law and order in the country. Maneke made this call during his visit to YCC in the Hoskins LLG over the weekend. He said the name of the province has been tarnished on social media and urged the people to address it amicably. Maneke said most often criminals from other provinces tend to spoil the name of the province by doing such criminal activities. That's the overseas segment. Stay tuned for sports after the break.
We are the people, connected to our land and sea. Timeless and enduring, it has served past generations, sustains us today, and will support those of tomorrow. A testament to human ingenuity, it can be shaped into limitless forms. It reflects our humanity, strong yet vulnerable. It teaches us to endure challenges to fulfill our purpose. Past technologies inspire us to look inward for creativity and sustainable solutions for the future. It brings families together, fostering moments of connection over shared meals. Known and cherished worldwide, the clay pot is a universal symbol of life, resilience, and connection.
The world comes to party and play.
It's about flair.
Extraordinary stuff.
It's electric.
Carlos came to play tonight.
It's all American.
Well, a pretty plain sailing for Ben Shelton.
Success takes desire.
Oh, sensational. Sparrow at his best.
It hurts.
And it is a game that slips away.
It gathers.
How would you know if the love you're giving is true?
You will know it for sure, because your heart will tell you if it's true.
I'm done! I'm through living like this! I'm so sick of your jealousy!
You'll never see your kid again, you animal!
Can we talk for a bit?
Will you marry me?
Whoa, our emotions are running high. Just go home, rest for tonight.
What, you don't want to get married because you want to keep seeing other women?
It was 24 hours before a Japanese patrol arrived at the crash site. Can it be possible that the locals have got there first before the Japanese? And is it possible the sword can still be on the island?
Okay, tinggal siya kung ajin something. But I won't give you a story. Branded man, you're going to come or something, you know the French? Nobody cry, nobody cry.
Anh nằm nó một cuộc rượu thì nói đến là dùng một tiền đồ ăn gồm bà.
Welcome back. Pies Whistles race in the 60 meters and 100 meters sprint continued last Friday at the World Indoor Championships in Nanjing, People's Republic of China, where he set a new national indoor record for the 60 meter. This comes just 1 week after smashing Peter Pulu's 30-year-old 100-meter record with an astonishing 10.24 seconds, clocking in Brisbane last weekend.
Pies Whistle's new 60-meter national indoor record at the World Indoor Championships has again solidified his status as one of the top sprinters. Just a week earlier, Whistle broke a 30-year-old national record held by Peter Pulu, clocking in at an impressive 10.24 seconds during a competition in Brisbane. Whistle's time in the 60-meter of 6.66 seconds ranked him 17th fastest out of 58 competitors, showcasing his ability to compete at a world stage. Athletics PNG President Tony Green emphasized the importance of these records, stating that they are significant performances that elevate the profile of athletics in the country. Whistle's accomplishment not only set new benchmarks, but also inspire upcoming athletes in Papua New Guinea. According to the World Athletics scoring tables, Whistle's performance in Brisbane earned him 1,125 points, ranking it as the highest for any male national record in PNG history. This surpassed Nambawan's 400-meter hurdles record, which previously held the top spot with 1,112 points. Whistle has received an invitation to participate in the Premier Athletics event in Melbourne, taking place next weekend. This will be the final major competition before the Pacific Mini Games. Meanwhile, in the United States, rising star Timothy Tuna is making waves as well, following the footsteps of his legendary father, Takale Tuna. Highlights of his early season include Tuna secured a bronze medal in the 200-meter, clocking in at 21.36 seconds. He recorded a remarkable 10.09 seconds for the 100-meter, although wind conditions prevented this time from being officially recognized. Both athletes are poised to represent Papua New Guinea with distinction on the world stage. As Whistle and Tuna continue to push the boundaries of their abilities, their performances signify a bright future for athletics in PNG, and they inspire a new generation of athletes across the region. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The annual Sportstock Rugby Sevens tournament is set to kick off in Port Moresby from 18 to 20 April. Interestingly, this year's event will feature an exciting first lineup with the inclusion of 2 overseas teams from Fiji and Australia. These teams will compete in both the Open Men's and Open Women's divisions, marking a significant elevation to the tournament's competitiveness.
The inclusion of teams from Fiji and Australia will elevate the level of competition and foster camaraderie and friendship with local teams in the annual Sportstock Sevens tournament. Franchise owner Benson Upas expressed enthusiasm about the international participation. A formal announcement from the organizing committee is expected soon, confirming details of participating teams and additional logistics. This year's Sportstock Sevens promises to be a grand showcase featuring an impressive lineup of 24 teams in the Open Men's division, 16 teams each in the Under-20 and Open Women's categories. The tournament not only aims to display exceptional rugby talent from the region, but also offers significant cash prizes for the Cup, Plate and Bowl finals. Since its inception in 2018, the Sportstock Sevens has served as a vital platform for promising athletes to demonstrate their skills while building bonds of friendship and camaraderie among the teams. As anticipation builds for this exciting event, the rugby community looks forward to a thrilling weekend of competition, sportsmanship, and international rugby interaction. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
A glut of first-half possession for Manly and a horror 10 minutes for Canberra's Corey Hochberg and Kyle Weeks was the first catalyst for a slaughter at the hands of the Sea Eagles at 4 Pines Park on Sunday night.
Late 70s and early...
With more than 75% of possession in the first half, Manly ran riot to hand the Raiders their first loss of the season with a 40-12 shell-lacking that included 28 points for Ruben Garrick alone. But the win came at a cost, with hulking front rower Taniela Paseka suffering a ruptured Achilles that will see him miss the remainder of the season.
We got some rewards at the back end of that first half and early in the second half. And it's probably off the back of a bit of work that we put into the Raiders. I think we had a fair bit of field position and possession, and as I said, it was good to get some rewards off the back of that. Yeah, that's the initial diagnosis. So I think he's booked in for an operation tomorrow, which is really disappointing for Taniela and him personally and his family and us as a club, because he's been starting front row since I've been at the club, and someone that we value on and off the field. So he'll be missed, but he'll have the operation, and we'll make sure that we get around him and look after him.
Canberra's goal line defence had been resolute throughout the first quarter of the match, repelling wave after wave of Manly's red zone attack, but with less than 25% of the ball, something had to give. First, Osbro cost the Raiders a set-piece try in the 20th minute with an obstruction, and the informed front rower again in the V-lane a minute later when he was sin-binned for a professional foul defending his own line. Manly capitalized 2 minutes later, opening the scoring when Garrick bulldozed his way over out wide before converting. Raiders coach Ricky Stewart has called for answers from NRL CEO Andrew Abdo after his side was on the wrong end of the 6 again count, as well as a costly obstruction call that denied the Raiders a crucial try against Manly. In a nightmare trip to Brookvale Oval, everything seemed to be falling apart for the Raiders as Manly surged to a 40-12 victory in front of a home crowd. A game-changing moment late in the first half left Stewart pleading for answers as the consistency of the match officials comes into question.
It was something like 3.54 for one team and 3.55 for the other team. So where's the inconsistency in the play the balls there? How come we get, I think it was 6-1 in 6 agains? And in the 6 agains that go against my poor buggers, I see those tackles every week by certain teams. Nothing's done. So you tell me. My ball player was hit late. We want to make defenders defend this year. That was what the rule was when Wayne and Ivan and I sat down with Ashley and Andrew and Graham. But that's gone out the window. We wanted to make defenders defend.
By half-time, it was 30-0, and the booming Brookvale crowd of 6,125 were in rapture. The game all but over. At full-time, Manly 40, Raiders 12. Gary Longwood, TV1 Sports.
A whirlwind.
The Bulldogs have opened the season with 3 straight wins for the first time in 11 years after they hung on for a gutsy 16-8 victory over the Eels on Sunday. Paraka were much improved on their first 2 games of the season and looked the most likely to score for most of the second half, but their lack of creativity cost them.
In a bizarre moment in the first half, Bulldogs forward Josh Curran was penalised for impersonating referee White Raymond by calling Eels players offside, which made them stop rushing up in the defensive line. A spectacular try from winger Blake Wilson in the first half ultimately proved the difference.
Sherry took on Lomax and breezed past him. Bronson Sherry makes a statement.
Dogs big man Daniel Suluka Fifita crossed first when he crashed through some soft defense to score from close range in the 5th minute.
Error, but the referee let it roll. Suluka Fifita is over, right under the black dots. What a start by the Bulldogs.
He'll sit back when centre Will Penicilli sold a dummy and sliced through out on the left edge in the 19th minute.
On the left lane for Penicilli. And Parramatta have their opening try.
Wilson crossed in the 34th minute, but Josh Adokar crossed first in the second half, which marked his first 4-pointer in Parramatta colours.
Now Brown through the hands. Iongi finds his winger. Adokar! A try on debut in blue and gold, and it lifts the joy.
A penalty goal on full time sealed the match.
Crichton moves in, and the Dally M captain of the year seals victory.
No, we just won a really hard-fought game with a number of players missing. I'm stoked with the effort. We didn't win it on smarts. We'll learn a lot of lessons around how we can attack better, but considering we're missing our 5'8", the guy, Bailey Haywood, came in and did a great job missing kick out. I thought our attack did what it needed to do, but it was all about our defence this week, and I was really happy with the improvements we made there.
Making it personal, just in regards to how they performed today, and we've been talking about it the whole time, but today we started to see a little bit of fruit. Unfortunately, we didn't get the result that we wanted, but the fight and the effort that we showed today, if we are able to reproduce that more often than not, then I think that we're going to stand ourselves in good stead for the future.
Gary Longwood, TV1 Sports.
That's the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Southern, Port Moresby, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau, partly cloudy with rain and possible thunderstorms. Momase, Lei, sunny then becoming cloudy this afternoon to evening with rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Madang, mostly fine. New Guinea Islands, Kavieng, partly cloudy with chances of few showers. Kimbe, partly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, Goroka, Barnes and Kundiawa, mostly cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy period with rain showers and thunderstorms. Coral Sea, seas light with easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, seas moderate with north to northeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas smooth with north to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas smooth with north to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas moderate with east to northeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island to Kerema to Yule Island to Hood Point, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Finchafan through Vitia Strait to CSC Long Island to Madang, seas 1 to 2 meters. And waters of New Island to New Britain, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that ends the news tonight. Recapping our headline stories, the Prime Minister today testified in court against former Deputy Finance Minister Jacob Biafire regarding alleged payments of 41 million kina to Paraka lawyers. Nambawan Super Limited records a 1.1 billion kina profit in its financial results for the year 2024, and Fiji and Australia are sport stock rugby sevens. You can join the conversation around our headline stories on TV1 Online and the TV1 Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm Maricela Kelleton. Pleasant viewing. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Welcome to Bayo!
Want more entertainment in your life?
What? I cry, baby.
TV1 Plus has all your favorite drama to keep you entertained.
Time to give Mama all the kisses.
Perfect!
No! Please don't kill me!
Get TV1 Plus in the 20-channel prepaid pack and watch